Kenzie! What's up, guys? It's Kictor. I'm here with my beautiful fiance, Stitch. Oh my goodness. So happy to have her here today. How special. Definitely we wanted to say happy birthday to Kenzie.
Yes.
And we also were very lucky to receive some packages from Miss Rosie.
Yes. Oh my
so,
goodness.
I think we should open some of those.
Oh, yes.
Kenzie, what are you doing for your birthday? Let us know.
And Miss Rosie, what should we open
Yeah,
first?
is there an order? There's a big box, a medium box, and then a small thing. Oh, hey Quinn, thank you for donating. Quinn says, I'm going to be hiding in the shadows today while I listen and do my diamond art. Oh, sweet.
Fun.
Nice. Kate says, it's also your youngest fan's birthday today. My little baby is 3. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. Happy birthday to Kate's little baby. Oh, that's so cute. I remember the time she waved at me through the screen. Just like it was yesterday. Y'all, the rat sister is 30. Can I get a 6 balls in the chat? 6 balls in the chat for Kenzie's birthday. Aw, I hope that Briarbox spoils you and you get everything you ever could have wanted and more. Big box first. It won't make sense otherwise. Ooh, okay.
You have skizzers.
Skizzors. All right. It's like Christmas.
Exciting.
That's what I like to see. 6 balls into chat. We in the ball pit. Hey, oh, is Xavian in the chat? I read Xavian's fic last night. Wizard of Moss has been a member for a whole year.
Oh my goodness.
Thank you so much. And says, finally started working on the novel I'm writing again. Nice! Oh, that's wicked. Happy birthday, Kenzie. Yeah! That is amazing. That is so good to hear. I love hearing people working on fan art, original art. That's just super exciting. Okay.
Ooh, what could this be?
What is this? Another box!
I help. There we go.
Okay.
Oh
my god! That's so cute. What the heck? Oh my god! They're little Chiba bulls! Oh my god! That is so
adorable.
Cute. Oh my god. Oh my god. And they're all different colors. There's 4 of them. There's blue
so
and
cute.
pink. Oh, these are adorable. And
That is
green.
amazing.
Oh my god. Which one's your favorite?
Oh my gosh, they're all so cute.
Oh my god. I like the blue one and the green one.
Yes.
Oh my god. These
so
are and on the
cute.
inside too.
That
That
is amazing.
is so cute. Oh my god, Miss Rosie, thank you so much. These are nice too.
They're so pretty.
And they're made in Japan. There's a little Chiba stamp on the bottom that says made in Japan too. Oh my god. I love Shiba stuff. Like, if someone gets known for something, it's like, oh, they have the Shiba in you, and like, do they ever get sick of it? No. I love any Shiba merch. I love it so much. Oh my god, that's amazing.
Miss Rosie says it has 2 Shibas on the inside, like you and Stitch, and enough to share with your dad. That's so thoughtful.
That is so nice.
You'll
Oh my
get a kick
god.
out of that as well.
That is so nice. Yes. Oh, he will love it. He'll think they're so cute. That is so cute. I can't believe there is more. Oh my goodness.
Yes, they're little.
Hi, Briarbox. Kate, yes, you will have to find me some more crazy Beefly fics. If anyone does see Xavian in the chat, let me know.
Hi, Esper Lady.
Hey, Esper Lady.
Yes, it's a surprise visit.
Cameo, secret cameo.
A surprise guest.
Also, we just had espresso.
Yes. Oh my goodness, we are unstoppable now.
Rose City Kimono, do you want to read out that message?
Yes. Thank you so much for your donation.
Yeah, thank you for donating. Oh my goodness.
Kictor, I know you weren't able to go to Kumo, but I am wondering how many peeps did. I made my first meetup, and it was so much larger than I expected. I'm so glad. What meetup did you do? Was it a Danmei meetup?
Was it the Danmei meetup? Because we saw pictures.
That was huge.
And
we saw pictures of the Danmei meetup.
The Danmei meetup looked giant.
And there was so many like characters that are just like not as common. That was really fun to see. I had so much fun with my OC Hua Chung. Very cool.
That is cool. I love that. I saw from the picture we saw a Shalian covered in blood. We saw Yushi Huang. We saw
there was a Howl's Moving Castle.
Hua Chung. Yeah, that's so cool.
Howl Chung.
Howl Chung. I'm hideous.
Yeah. This is kind of my wedding gift to you two.
Oh, thank you so much. Also, this is just kind of exciting just to overshare with the chat. I like emailed my uncle, who I'm like not super close with, but he is like an important part of my family, and invited him to the wedding, and we hadn't heard from him in like 2 months. And like I know that he like goes up north and he goes like hunting and doesn't have service or anything like that. He's that kind of person. So I was not like too worried that he was gonna be like homophobic about it or anything, but he got back to me today and he was up north and was like, I'm so sorry, I had no service, I'm definitely coming to your wedding. So that was really, really awesome to receive today. Speaking of wedding stuff,
Miss Rosie says, may your bowls always be full, your smiles always bright, and your whimsy never ending.
oh my god,
That's so cute. Oh my
Oh
god, they're like little wedding.
these are so cute. Stop. Holy shit, look at this.
Oh my god.
My god,
Emma's wedding.
these are so cute.
That is darling.
Oh my god, are these like blind boxes too? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. This is so cute. These Emmas are so cute. Oh my god. Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. A blind box.
What could it be?
That's so, oh my god, that's so cute.
Okay. We got 2 brides.
That would be perfect.
Oh my god! This is so perfect. Oh
That
my
is
god.
adorable.
That is so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god.
That is
This decor
darling.
for our wedding.
Truly.
Oh my gosh. Oh. This is so precious and feel like it's like a real
yeah.
like velvet bow tie.
That's so neat.
That is so cute. Oh, thank you so much. And is there another one?
Oh my goodness. Yeah, is this another blind one?
Lizzie has been a member for 15 months. Thank you so much, Lizzie. I was thinking of you. My friend is in Vegas right now, and they're setting up for F1. And now when I think of F1, I think of you. Hey, Pookie's Loki wanted to save this until Friday, but who cares? Anyways, thank you for the wonderful community you have built. Love you both.
Aw,
Oh, that's so
love you
sweet.
too.
Love you too. That is awesome. I'm so glad that you enjoy it here, 'cause I love it here. Lottie called Kenzie middle-aged. Wow.
Is that asking you to die at 60? Come now, Lottie. No, that's so funny. It's always fun to call your friends either old or babies.
Yes.
There is no in between.
There's no in between.
You are either old or baby.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is so exciting.
Okay. Oh my god, all of these designs are so cute.
Yeah.
There's even like the Chinese design. Bride cat, bridegroom sheep. Okay, the one we just got was bridegroom unicorn.
Very nice.
Truly the best one. Oh my goodness. Okay, what do we get?
I hope it's the bride.
Or two boys.
Or 2 boys. That would also be good.
You can't lose. Oh my god! That is so cute! Look at him! Oh
my god.
Oh my gosh. Oh, can you hide your face behind my hand? This is is the cutest thing I've ever seen. Oh my god. Oh, thank you so much, Miss Rosie.
Those
Look
are
at,
just
oh
darling.
my god.
I was like,
These are so cute.
okay, yeah, we got a bride and a groom.
Yes.
Excellent. They are so
What
cute.
is it? The bride cat.
Bride cat.
Bride cat and unicorn groom. Who's the bride cat and who's the unicorn groom?
Those are so cute.
Aww. Cucumber in a Salad has been a member for 5 months and says you two getting married is like the best news. Aww. Yeah,
We
we're
think so
getting
too.
married.
In March.
Yeah, it's happening.
Yes.
We are literally discussing our final decor options today.
Yes.
We were
Very
like,
exciting.
do we really need those gold boxes? Are those gold boxes really worth $250?
Yeah, wedding decor is something else. I understand why so many people DIY it now.
Yeah.
I would not survive DIYing anything. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
I DIY too much as it is.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, B-Boop, how are you
Boop.
doing? B-Boop, thank you so much for donating. B-Boop says, hello, nice to see you both, and happy birthday to the birthday people.
Aw.
Just got back home after the worst driving experience I've
no.
ever had. I'm never driving again. Oh, no.
Oh, I understand that so much. I have so much driving anxiety in the big
so
city.
sorry. Yeah,
It's very stressful sometimes. if
that is
something
awful.
scary
I'm sorry
happens.
that happened.
Yes.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That can be so scary and make you feel anxious for so long afterwards, too.
Yeah. Hope you're okay.
Yeah, we're here for you. We're here for you. But glad that you came to say hi. Thank you again so much. Okay. Ooh. Oh! Oh!
You know what it is?
If the label says
I didn't see it. Oh, we surprised.
dog,
Dog? Shiba dog?
dog.
Who you calling dog?
What's the prob? Dog. Oh
my
my
gosh,
god!
those are so cute.
Oh my god, they're chopstick rests.
That's amazing. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh! And they're all little
Gosh,
Shibas.
we don't have any chopstick rests.
No.
I've been thinking about we should acquire some.
Oh
but these
my-
are the
this is-
perfect ones. We are ready.
We will make like an incredible like ramen meal in our new little bowls, in our
Yes.
new little chopstick holders. Oh my goodness. They're so cute. These are so precious.
So much.
And there's
they have-
also a little gray one
they have the cutest faces.
and a little brown one. I love animals smiling. Little animals smiling makes me so happy. Oh my goodness. Thank you
That is
so much, Miss
adorable.
Rosie. That's so cute. And one more package.
Been really spoiled
I
by Miss
wonder
Rosie.
if it is
Oh.
chopsticks.
That would make sense. Yes, everything is perfect condition. Nothing is broken.
Oh,
Ooh,
damn.
Very fancy.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wait, are these? Let me see. I learned about this from Arha, funnily enough. Is that for now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think my Chinese friend told me this, that with wedding robes, one is a dragon and one is a phoenix.
Aww.
And these have that on the top part here, and they come with these nice little ties. Oh my
Wedding,
god.
yes. Miss Rosie says not just chopsticks, wedding chopsticks.
Yes!
That's
I
amazing.
see, I knew it.
That's so sweet. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Who's the dragon? Who's the phoenix? Oh, these are very nice.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. These are awesome.
That is
Dude,
so thoughtful.
thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Like, getting us actual dishware with the Shibas is so cute. The actual wedding themed little Emma
Yeah.
blind boxes and the chopsticks, the wedding chopsticks.
That
that
is
is
so
seriously
sweet.
so thoughtful. That is just over the moon thoughtful. Thank you so much, Miss Rosie. You're so kind to us.
That
I
is so
really appreciate you. I hope you can see how happy this genuinely makes us. Like, thank you so much.
my goodness.
These are nice, and they come with the little sheath.
It really is so exciting. Like, oh my gosh, we are getting wedding.
We are getting married.
We're getting wedding.
We're getting weddinged. Getting wifed up. Stitch is the dragon. Why do I feel like the phoenix is the omega? I rise from the ashes after you burn me.
Ow, ow,
Oh, 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 oh. Miss Rosie says, I can see and you both deserve it. I'm glad you two are so excited. Oh, yes, we are so excited. This is so special. Oh, my goodness.
We're so lovely. Every time we use them, we'll think of you.
Wizard of Moss says, yeah, I feel like it was an implied omega, yeah.
Implied omega.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's way too kind. Oh,
So
thank
freaking
you so
sweet.
much.
Yes.
Phoenix is the omega. Phoenix is very bottom coated. Oh my god. Oh, Sugar Kiss, I didn't get to tell you live, but I saw that at the very last moment in last stream you gifted 5 memberships, so thank you so much for that. It was literally because on my computer I can end the stream and then it like lags and loads on YouTube, and I had ended it and I couldn't bring my webcam back on. So I was in the chat like, I saw it, thank you. Sugar Kiss says, I'm sorry my laptop was lagging so hard. Oh, I appreciate it so much. I'm glad I got to say it to you. Say thank you to you today. Leo says, hi everyone, I'm a few minutes late, but I made it. Also, oh my goodness, Stitch is gracing us with her presence, and it's not even Friday. Well, Stitch will be leaving us with our presents as well. Stitch actually just made a super fun purchase from, what's the name of the site? Suga something?
Oh my gosh.
Sugaru Ham.
Yeah.
Anyways, but she bought herself a bunch of Yuri on Ice merch,
Yeah,
and
it was
she is
secondhand official
in the
merch.
middle of pinning it all to our walls.
Yes. Yes.
So you have to get back to that
doing
before
doing all my nifty little, like, have to put everything in its exact spot.
Yes.
Reorganize everything to fit, cram the new merch in. But that's very exciting. That was my, oh, I'm not at Kumo sort of purchase.
Yeah.
Gift from me to me. So
Yeah,
that's very
the
fun.
blood money that we spent on the hotel that we got refunded.
Yes. It's like, well, since I'm not spending any of this in the artist alley.
Yeah. Oh, also, do you want to say the books that you bought today? Did you buy any interesting manga or anything?
Yeah.
We went to Indigo
Yeah.
today
Yeah.
with a killer sale.
Yes, we had 30% off of everything total. So, yeah, I got a bunch of, okay, because they're re-releasing Red River, and that is one of, like, my ultimate guilty pleasure shoujo reads. It is so indulgent, and it is good, but it's also, yeah, it's very much, like, constantly getting kidnapped, and then every man in the manga is, like, wants her carnally, and it's very, very fun to read. So I got all of, like, those omnibus versions,
Yeah.
and then I got the first volume of Only the Flower Knows, which is by Rihito Takara, I want to say, the author of 10 Count, which I really do love all of her works.
is BL.
So that's BL, yes. And I haven't read that one in a while. Got the Bean Counter light novel volume 3, because that's all they had.
The other world's works rely on the bean
The other
counter.
world's books rely on the Bean Counter.
Kyler says, "Yo, Red River shout out."
Yeah, it's so good. Oh my gosh, my library had it growing up, and I read it so many times. So now I finally get to own it.
Kyler says, "I'm also getting all the Red
Yes,
River omnibus."
It's so good. It's just so good. I've read it so many times. Oh gosh, what else? And the Dungeon Meshi, like, adventurer's handbook, like the little world guide. So it was a huge stack of books. I feel like I'm also missing one. I don't know. That might be it.
Oh yeah, you got the Dungeon Meshi one, and then yesterday we got the Modazushi and TGCF hardcovers, and There's Something Wrong with the Chief.
Yes.
And the white guy. No spoilers, I guess. White-haired guy, no white guys.
There's no white guys. Yes, I'm excited to read that one. I feel it sounds like it'll be up my alley at least. So
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes. But yeah, so many books to read, so little time.
Yeah. Phoenix is Feng Huang, which represents femininity and the Empress, and Dragon is Long, which represents the Emperor. So,
Very good.
there. You're the Emperor, I am the feminine Empress. There you go. Rise from my ashes.
Okay. Very good.
I knew that Long was Dragon because of the show Jake Long, American Dragon. So really it's called Jake Dragon, American Dragon, which just sounds stupid. All right.
Okay.
Get to it.
Okay, I'm gonna go.
We got sad books to read.
Yes. I'm off to the reading book factory.
Yeah.
Okay. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Love you. Now we can swear. Everyone's calling you Emperor Stitch.
Oh my god.
And there is a white guy in Danmei, it's the Pope. Oh gosh. Okay. Oh, anyone have anything fun happen today? What did we do today? Today, we went and got books. We got both our flu shots. Oh man, last night fucking sucked. I was like having chills and I was just like in bed. But I'm feeling better. I'm feeling better today. Still felt so exhausted earlier today. Oh, Horror Girl says I got my new Qingxuan mini doll today. Oh, cute. Oh my god, so cute. Nem went to the mall today and found the Gojo and Ghetto Cat plushies. You did? The Gojo that evades me. Did you buy them? Kit Pose says I ordered more Danmei Diamond art. Nice. Fantastic. Kiraway says the flu shot's intense this year. Yeah. Ugh, I just keep reminding myself the flu is worse. Black and Green Tea says, Child me lost her mind watching American Dragon Jake Long and hearing his grandfather speak Cantonese like mine. Oh, that's so sweet. That's awesome. Anybody else in like insane scum villain like heaven with all of the new art with the new extras coming out? I don't think there's a full like fully translated version yet, but I do know there's a couple, or at least one account that's like diligently working on translating and editing it nicely. I did read like a bunch of the facts that happen in the new extra and it's just like crazy. It's so crazy. So cool. Oh no, I'm sorry, Honora Phoenix, you got the flu. That's awful. A wild boy, you dislocated your knee. Ow! Oh shit, that must have been awful. I'm so sorry to hear that. K Moment says, I'm not sure how I feel about the revised lore. And you know, I think that's even referenced in the new extra. There's like a meta joke about being like, you know, you can't just write a new extra for Pride Immortal Demon Way after all this time. Like, think of the implications of how that will change the lore. And it's literally like her writing an extra so many years after Scum Villain. Mobijun nearly crying after he found Shang Fei, right? The reveal of Airplane's true name, yeah. Is there like a joke about Airplane in that? Like, does Shang Fei mean anything Airplane related? Orion says, I love reverse transmigration fix for Scum Villain, so this is like my dream. Yes! CSCL, hey, how are you doing today? Thank you for donating. Oh my goodness, thank you so much. Recap, Jingguan Shan and Jingguan Yao rile up the sect leaders against Wei Wuxian, even Zheng Cheng. Wei Wuxian confronts Jin hypocrisy at Chongqi Path. Zombie Wenning takes revenge. Wei Wuxian takes the Wens the burial mounds. Wan Wenji and Mian Mian's voices are dismissed by the mob. Yes, and they walk out and they're like, fuck you guys. This is ass. Sugar Kiss says Moshang is life, so this is everything to me. Yeah, right. I also love Moshang. Like, holy crap. Ooh, Emma had an idea for a video that's about all the Danmei audio drama voices that are too hot to handle. Ooh, yeah! We're so lucky to have so many good voice actors. Definitely hot. Esper Lady says, I got inspiration to finish a fic today. Oh my god, that's fantastic! Oh my god, inspiration is like, if it's strike while the iron's hot, you know what I mean? Cucumber in a salad, thank you so much for donating. I'd be sick in Japan, so I'm kinda hoping I transmigrate to Pride Immortal Demon Way. Oh my gosh, I hope you're okay. I hope you don't transmigrate. I hope that you feel better soon. And thank you so much for donating. Very, very kind of you. I hope that you feel better. Kate says there's something about Junwoo's English voice that makes it impossible for me to function. Oh my god, I know, his voice is so good. He's I think he's like perfect for Junwoo's intonation of like caring and manipulating and being offended for Shailian, you know? Leo says, my girlfriend and I are planning to binge watch the Morazushi Donghua this weekend. We were supposed to watch it on Halloween, but we were both sick. Oh, I'm sorry you guys were sick, but that will be fun. I'm excited to watch it once I finish reading all the books. Hot iron, you say, relevant in this reading lately. That's so funny. Bye, Shui. Oh my gosh. Daddy knows best type of voice. Yeah, literally. Kate says his English VA is the only reason I became a Junwoo apologist. That's funny. That's funny. There's this one line where he always says, like, you're not. And that part is, like, rent-free in my head. Oh my god. Ooh, Miss Rosie has started rewatching The Untamed on Sunday. Oh, we are in a Morazushi state of mind today, and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. Stitch made cookie dough yesterday, and then we chilled it in the fridge overnight. And we were supposed to do the cookies earlier today, but it's still so cold. It's so hard and cold. So we're like, is our refrigerator just too freaking cold? Kate says, do I work on my Peerless Doodle or draw Mpreg? I think you know what you must do, Kate. Oh my gosh. I also love too that Junwoo's voice actor, Reagan, just seems like the kindest guy ever. Like he seems like he has no ego, like he's just a really nice guy. I think I saw a video of him where he seemed even like a little bit shy, just like so kind. It's like, oh man. Kate says Peerless, got it. Is that what my eyes were saying? How about I make a vote in the chat? How about I make a vote in the chat? Should Kate, Cat, and comments draw? Bee-boop, what? Stop! Oh my god! Bee-boop! Oh my god, Bee-boop. What? Thank you so much. Oh my god, I can't believe you. I cannot believe you. Oh my god. Bee-boop, thank you so much. You are thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Oh my god. Holy shit, Bee-boop! Oh my god. Bee-boop, thank you so much. That is just ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Bee-boop. Oh my gosh. Bee-boop says, gonna head off as well. Still have a lot of streams to catch up on. Hopefully I'll be caught up by the next stream though. See you guys later. Oh my gosh. I hope you enjoy the other streams. Yeah, I hope you can catch up. Thank you so much for being so generous. Bee-boop just donated 50 new members. Oh my god. Oh my god. The entire chat is green. Bee-boop, you are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say other than just thank you so much, and that I hope you can tell how much I appreciate that support and how it really is life-changing support. Like, seriously, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, that's just so kind of you. Thank you so much, Bee-boop. Oh my god. Thank you so much. I think Beeboop gets to decide what Kate should draw, honestly. I'm gonna post the thing in the chat. Beeboop says, not green enough. ... Next time, though, at Kickner. Stop, Beeboop! Oh my god, thank you. Thank you so much. I just appreciate you so much. That is just absolutely incredible, Beeboop. Thank you. Thank you. Beeboop! Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Should Kate draw Fearless or Mpreg? Oh. Mpreg for sure. Peerless Mpreg. Mpreg is winning with 64%. Kate says, I love that I am being subjected to your whim. You are powerful, Kate. You are very powerful. Draw Mpreg Peerless, but he has to be bald. Inora says, I can't afford a membership myself, so the generosity of people like Beeboop giving so many gift memberships is always so appreciated. Oh, that's really sweet of you, Inora. I'm glad that you could get a membership gifted. I'm so grateful to Beeboop. Oh my gosh. Jung Chung loves to dance. He dances the pain away. Will YouTube get mad at me if I post Mpreg in your community? What's wrong with... There's nothing wrong with a pregnant man, right? Although considering your history of getting banned off of platforms. Kate says, the fact I'm being forced to draw bald Feng Xiao pregnant is hilarious. Meridia says, Jung Chung can't kickflip, but he sure as hell can shimmy. That's the next shirt. Because, you know, I had the shirt. I don't think Jung Chung can do a kickflip. That's the other one, but he sure as hell can shimmy. Oh my god. That was so funny. Oh, Leo, your girlfriend will be able to attend game night. How fun! That'll be wonderful. I hope that she has a great time. All right. Shall we jump into some reading? This was messy. Okay, so yeah, we're right at the part where it was the three Zun, Jing Guanyao, Ni Mingjue, and Lan Qichen. They were like, yeah, I think the... what was it? The strongest... The one who worked the hardest in that meeting was Jung Chung's table because he was squeezing it so hard. And then Ni Mingjue called out Jing Guanyao for lying. And then, this is where we are. Oh, our little three Zun moment. Yay! Oh, Arga, where's Wanji? I saw him leave the venue early. Lan Qichen gestured out front, and Jing Guanyao and Ni Mingjue turned to where he was pointing. Amidst the blooming sea of sparks amidst snow, Lan Wangji and the young woman who had just withdrawn from her clan inside Touchstone Pavilion stood facing each other. Glistening tears still brimmed in the young woman's eyes, while Lan Wangji appeared solemn. The two of them were discussing something. Beeboop! What? Stop! Oh my god, Beeboop! Beeboop just sent another $100. Oh my god. Thank you so much, Beboop. Oh my god. Thank you so much. What? I feel like that kid that got like an N64 on Christmas that's just like... Oh my god. Beboop says, last thing I promise, but while I was rewatching, I saw some people say how much they appreciated the member gifting. It really made me even more determined to give you and this community as much support as possible. I just feel so grateful to have someone like you in the chat that is willing to be this generous, to help support the community and enjoy hanging out in the community and playing the games with us and sharing your art with us and just being so cool. You're so cool for that. Thank you so much. You really are the coolest, Beboop. I feel so grateful for all of your help, for like literally to me personally, to me and Stitch, and to the whole community. Being able to gift people the membership helps support my channel so much, and we get more people in the game nights, and it's just really awesome. So thank you so much, Beboop. Beboop says, it's okay everyone, I got paid today. Oh god. Thank you so much. Beboop was gonna kill Jung Chung at this point. Thank you so much, Beboop. You're just absolutely incredible. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. And Miss Rosie gifted a membership. Thank you, Miss Rosie, as well. Oh my goodness. Miss Rosie, after sending us all the gifts and everything too, you sent a gift membership. You guys are just seriously so kind. Beboop was single-handedly paying for their wedding. Yeah, honestly. Seriously. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Please just know how much that really means to me. Seriously. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. I can't stop smiling. I know I'm so incredibly lucky, so thank you so much. Okay. So Lamonji and Mian Mian are talking shit. Moments later, Lamonji bowed his head towards her. There was solemnity and respect in his bow. The girl returned the same respect, with even graver solemnity. And then, dressed in a gauze robe with no clan emblem, she descended Golden Carp Tower with light steps. She has more spine than the rest of the rabble in her sect, to be sure, Li Mingjue commented. Jing Guanyao cheerily agreed to this. Yeah. 2 days later, Zheng Cheng went to Yiling with 30 Yunmeng disciples. Okay, so that's interesting. The fact that, you know, Jing Guanyao doesn't agree with what his own dad is doing with the sect. When he's with Li Mingjue, he's kind of being, you know, he's the manipulative little guy, you know? It's like he's in front of his dad, he's defending his dad. He's with Li Mingjue, he's agreeing with him, you know? When he's with Lan Qichen, he bats his eyelashes. Li Mingjue supports women? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. A woman with a backbone. She's the best. 2 days later, Zheng Cheng went to Yiling with 30 Yunmeng disciples. There were indeed hundreds of loitering fierce corpses at the foot of the burial mounds, in front of the destroyed wall of incantations. They were unmoved when Zheng Cheng approached, but let out a low growl in warning when the sect disciples behind him drew near. Zheng Cheng had the disciples wait at the bottom of the mountain and hiked up alone. He went through a dense forest and walked for a very long time before he heard voices up ahead. Next to the mountain path were several round tree stumps. There was one big one that looked like a table and 3 small ones like stools. Wei Wuxian and a woman dressed in red were sitting on 2 of the stools. Next to them was a field, and there were several docile, honest-looking men tilling the ground, the earth crunching as their shovels broke through the soil. Now, You've read a lot of Dan May when the term tilling the soil makes you think of something else. I'm pretty sure that's a euphemism that Meat Bun likes to use a lot. Tilling the soil. Yeesh. Inora Phoenix says, my good deed will be to work on art for Kichter. That is so, so kind of you. I love art. I love seeing art. Also, Mpreg won in the poll. Wei Wuxian jiggled his leg. How about we plant potatoes? The woman's response was firm. Radishes. Radishes are easy to grow. They don't die easily. Potatoes are hard to please. Radishes are gross, Wei Wuxian protested. Zhang Cheng humphed, and only then did Wei Wuxian and Wen Qing turn their heads. They didn't appear surprised by the sight of him. Wei Wuxian stood up but didn't say a single word when Zhang Cheng approached him. Instead, he continued up the mountain with his hands clasped behind his back. Zhang Cheng also asked no questions, but simply followed him. It wasn't long before they came upon another group of men beside the mountain path. The men were bustling about in front of a wooden frame. They were likely Wen cultivators, but they had removed their blazing sun uniforms and exchanged them for coarse fabric clothing. They climbed up and down and hustled in and out, wielding hammers and saws in their hands and hefting lumber and straw over their shoulders. They appeared no different from ordinary farmers and huntsmen. When they saw Zhang Cheng, they recognized him from his clothing and sword that he was a sect leader of prominence. They stopped their work and looked over uncertainly, holding their breaths in fear and trepidation. Wei Wuxian waved dismissively. Carry on. The group of men seemed relieved to hear this and continued with their work anew. What are they doing? Zhang Cheng questioned. Can't you tell? Wei Wuxian replied. They're building houses. Building houses? Zhang Cheng asked. Then what about the ones I spotted tilling ground as I came up? Don't tell me you really plan on planting crops. Didn't you hear all that? We are planting crops, Wei Wuxian said. Zhang Cheng was incredulous. You're planting things on a mountain made of corpses? Will anything that grows even be edible? Trust me, anything is edible when you're hungry enough. Do you really plan on settling here for the long term? Zhang Cheng asked. Can people even live in a hellish place like this? I lived here for 3 months before, Wei Wuxian stated. There was silence, and then Zhang Cheng asked, You're not coming back to Lotus Pier, then? Ow. Ow. Right in his little Zhang Cheng heart. Ow, 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 ow. Yiling and Yunmeng are so close. I'll just sneak back whenever I want, I guess, Wei Wuxian replied lightly. Zhang Cheng scoffed. You wish. He wanted to say more, but felt a sudden weight on his leg. When he looked down, he saw a very young child of 1 or 2 years clinging to him. The child that had snuck over without him noticing was staring at him with very round black eyes and an equally round face. He was quite an adorable child, but unfortunately, Zhang Cheng wasn't the type to care. Zhang Cheng doesn't care about adorable children! Oh my god! Like, you know that meme? That meme that's like, Daddy? And then the girl's like, bitch, the fuck? That's Zhang Cheng in this moment. Oh god. I didn't know we got Zhang Cheng Ayuan interactions. He was quite an adorable child, but unfortunately, Zhang Cheng wasn't the type to care. He turned to Wei Wuxian and demanded, Where'd this kid come from? Get him off me. Wei Wuxian bent down and picked up the child, letting him sit on his own arm. What do you mean, get him off you? Don't you know how to speak nicely? Ayuan, why do you cling to people's legs? Like that. No, don't bite your nails. You were just playing in the dirt. Do you know what kind of dirt this is? Hands off. No touching my face either. Where's Granny? Do I look like Daddy to you? Yes. An old woman with sparse white hair hurried over, wobbling as she walked with the support of a wooden cane. She recognized Zhang Cheng as someone important and seemed scared, her hunched figure cowering further. Wei Wuxian placed the child, who was named Ayuan, next to her feet. Go play elsewhere. The old woman quickly hobbled over and led her young grandson away. The child looked back at them frequently, causing him to stumble as they went. Oh. The clan heads think you rounded up a gang of remnant rebels to take over this mountain and that you want to raise your flag high and declare yourself a king. Turns out this gang consists of women, children, and the weak and elderly, Zhang Cheng mocked. Nothing but lumpy melons and split jujubes. Wei Wuxian gave a brief, self-deprecating smile. Zhang Cheng then asked, "Where's Wen Ning?" "Why are you asking about him all of a sudden?" Wei Wuxian asked. "Countless people have asked me this very question over the past few days, but who could I ask? Seems you're my only option," Zhang Cheng replied coldly. Wei Wuxian pointed ahead, and the two walked side by side until they arrived before a large, spacious cave. They were hit by a blast of cold, sinister air from within. Once they entered the cave, they headed straight through the main tunnel for a stretch until Zhang Cheng's foot hit something. When he looked down, he saw that it was half a compass. "Don't kick that," Wei Wuxian said quickly. "It's not finished yet, but it's useful." He picked it up just as Zhang Cheng stepped on something else. Zhang Cheng looked down again and saw a wrinkled flag. Be careful where you're triapsing. Oh my god, I can't speak today. "Be careful where you're triapsing around," Wei Wuxian admonished again. "That's useful too. I'm almost done with it." "You're the one who left this mess everywhere," Zhang Cheng said. "You can't blame someone for trampling on things." "I live alone, so what if I'm a bit messy?" Wei Wuxian countered. He kept walking. There were talismans all along the path, plastered to the walls and thrown on the ground, rolled into balls or ripped to shreds. It looked as if someone had gone mad and thrown a fit. The deeper they went into the cave, the messier it became. Zhang Cheng felt like he was suffocating. "If you ever dared to leave your room like this at Lotus Pier, I'd have set fire to your things and burned it clean." They entered the main cavern. A person lay on the ground, plastered with talismans from head to toe. He was completely wrapped in them, leaving only a pair of white eyes showing. It was Wen Ning. Zhang Cheng shot Wei Wuxian a glare. "You live here? Where do you sleep?" "Bitch, you live like this?" Wei Wuxian tossed the things he had just picked up into a corner and pointed at a bunch of wrinkled blankets in another corner. "Snuggled up in those? I can sleep anywhere." Zhang Cheng didn't want to discuss the matter any further. He looked down commandingly and examined the unmoving Wen Ning. "What's with him?" "He's a little fierce," Wei Wuxian answered. "I was afraid things might get out of hand, so I sealed him to keep him still for the time being." "Wasn't he a stuttering scaredy cat when he was alive?" Zhang Cheng asked. "How could he wind up this fierce after death?" His tone didn't sound very friendly. Wei Wuxian glanced at him. "Wen Ning was pretty timid when he was alive," he agreed. "But that's precisely why he's fierce now. All sorts of emotions were buried deep inside him. Resentment, hatred, anger, fear, anxiety, frustration, pain. Too much of that built up, and it all erupted after his death. It's a power you can't imagine. Mild-mannered people are always scary when they get angry, and he runs on the same logic. Folks like him get violent after they die." "Didn't you always say the fiercer the better?" Zhang Cheng asked. "The stronger the grudge, the greater the hatred, the stronger the destructive power?" "That's right, but I don't plan on refining Wen Ning into a corpse like that," Wei Wuxian said. "What do you want to refine him into, then?" "I want to awaken his mind." Zhang Cheng scoffed. "You're letting your imagination run away with you again. Awaken the mind of a corpse? How would that make him any different from a living person? The way I see it, if you can actually manage that, no one will need to live at all. No one will need to seek the immortal ways or follow the path of the Tao. They can just ask you to refine them into a fierce corpse." Wei Wuxian laughed. "Yeah, I've also discovered that it's really fucking hard." "But I already ran my mouth off about it to his sister, and now all of them believe I can do it. I gotta make it happen. How else can I possibly recover my poor old dignity?" He's literally gonna invent reincarnation because he said he would do it, and now it would be too cringe to fail. That's so funny. Oh my god. Yeah. It's also really fucking hard. Oh, man. Before he could finish, Zhang Cheng suddenly drew Sandu and aimed a slash at Wen Ning's throat, like he intended to slice off his head. Wei Wuxian reached miraculously fast, striking Zhang Cheng's arm and knocking the attack aside. "What are you doing?" he shouted. His yell echoed ceaselessly in the spacious demon-quelling cave, the air buzzing in reverberation. Zhang Cheng didn't sheath his sword. What am I doing? I should be asking you that, he responded sharply. Wei Wuxian, you've been extraordinary lately, huh? Long before Zheng Cheng hiked up the burial mounds, Wei Wuxian had anticipated that he wouldn't be journeying here for the simple purpose of having a friendly, pleasant chat with him. They'd kept things bottled up for so long to maintain a pretend calm. Although they had been chatting like nothing was wrong, in reality, their hearts were stretched taut as strings the entire way here, and now the string had finally snapped. Wen Qing and the others were forced into a corner. I had no other option. Do you think I'd want to show off otherwise? Wei Wuxian said. They were forced into a corner? I'm being forced in a corner by you. A few days ago at Golden Carp Tower, I was singled out and lambasted by all the clans, both big and small. They demanded I give them an explanation. Well, here I am to get one. Demand an explanation for what? Wei Wuxian said. The score is settled. The overseers killed Wen Ning. Wen Ning's corpse is turned fierce and killed them. A life for a life. The debt is repaid and the case is closed. Case closed? As if, Zheng Cheng exclaimed. Do you know how many eyes are watching you in the Yin Tiger tally of yours? And now they've seized this chance. Even if you're in the right, you're considered at fault. You said it yourself. Even if I'm right, I'm considered at fault. What other plan can I take, aside from staying in a jail of my own making? Sorry, what other path can I take? Other path? Of course there's another path. Zheng Cheng pointed at Wen Ning on the ground with Sandu. The only way to salvage the situation is to settle things ourselves before they make another move. Settle how, exactly? Burn this corpse immediately and hand over that gang of Wen survivors. That's how you can avoid being the subject of ridicule, Zheng Cheng said, raising his sword again to stab. But Wei Wuxian seized his wrist. Don't be ridiculous! If I hand over Wen Qing and the others, their fates will be sealed. You don't even know if you can get yourself out of this mess. Why are you worried about them? If they're executed, so be it. What's it to you? Oh, Zheng Cheng. Oh, I see what you're doing. You're trying to help out your family by disregarding your fellow man. You know, he's like, this is how I will save you and how you will save me. Everything else is going to be so hard. And unfortunately, those Wens are going to have to die. And Wei Wuxian's like, fuck that! Oh my god! I think Zheng Cheng is truly doing what is the most selfishly safe for his family. Like, he's like protecting Wei Wuxian. He's protecting himself. But unfortunately, that means that the innocent Wens will die. Because in the eyes of the cultivation world, they won't be doing anything wrong. Wei Wuxian was angry now. Zheng Cheng, what are you saying? Take that back. Don't make me beat your ass. Don't you dare forget who helped us cremate Zhang Shushu and Madame Yu, or who delivered the ashes that are now interred at Lotus Pier, or who took us in when Wen Chao was hunting us down. I'm the one who wants to fucking beat your ass, Zheng Cheng snapped back. Yes, they helped us, but why can't you understand that the surviving Wens are public targets? It doesn't matter who they are, they're reprehensible simply by dint of bearing that family name, and anyone who defends them is risking universal condemnation. Everyone hates the Wen dogs, everyone wants them to die in the worst possible ways. Anyone who defends them is setting themselves against the rest of the world. No one will speak for them, and there won't be anyone who will speak for you. The Lorax who speaks for the trees. I don't need anyone to speak for me, Wei Wuxian declared. Zheng Cheng was furious. Why are you so stubborn? If you can't do it, then move. I'll do it. Wei Wuxian's hold on him tightened, his fingers like an iron shackle. Zheng Wanyin! Wei Wuxian! Zheng Cheng yelled. Don't you get it? When you're on their side, you're a strange hero, a unique knight-errant, a force to be reckoned with who's in a league of his own. But the second you voice an opinion that differs from theirs, you're a maniac, immoral, a deviant who shuns the orthodox path. Do you really think you can just ignore them, wander out about in the secular world, and live a carefree life? There is no such precedent. If there's no such precedent, then I'll be the first, Wei Wuxian yelled. The two locked eyes. Their weapons had been drawn, and neither was willing to be the first to concede. After a few moments, Zheng Cheng tried again. Wei Wuxian, do you still not understand the situation we're in? Do I have to spell it out for you? If you're determined to protect them, then I won't be able to protect you. No need to protect me. Just drop me, Wei Wuxian said. Zheng Cheng's face started to twist. Drop me, Wei Wuxian repeated. Tell everyone that I defected. No matter what Wei Wuxian does going forward, his actions have nothing to do with the Zheng clan of Yunmeng. All for the sake of those Wens? Zheng Cheng asked. Wei Wuxian, do you have some kind of hero complex? Will you die if you don't ride forward to save the downtrodden and cause trouble? Wei Wuxian was silent. Why don't you think about the Zheng sect family motto, Zheng Cheng? Come on. A moment passed before he said, which is why we might as well cut ties with each other now, so no disaster befalls the Zheng clan of Yunmeng in the future. If not, he really couldn't guarantee what else he might be capable of doing. My mom always said it was in your nature to cause trouble for our family. She was right, Zheng Cheng muttered. Then he sneered and mumbled to himself. Attempt the impossible? Fine. You understand the Zheng clan of Yunmeng's motto. You understand it better than me. You all do. He sheathed Sandu with a resonant shing. Let's fight then, Zheng Cheng said, sounding indifferent. 3 days later, the head of the Zheng clan of Yunmeng issued a challenge to Wei Wuxian. They fought a singularly sensational duel in Yiling. Negotiations had failed, the two came to blows. On Wei Wuxian's orders, the fierce corpse Wen Ning struck Zheng Cheng and broke one of his arms, and Zheng Cheng stabbed Wei Wuxian. Neither side triumphed. In the end, they parted ways, each coughing blood and cursing the other, and well and truly fell out after that. Following the duel, Zheng Cheng made this public statement. Wei Wuxian has defected from our clan and become a public enemy. The Zheng clan of Yunmeng expelled him and has broken all ties with him, drawing a clear line between his deeds and our own. No matter what this man does going forward, his actions have nothing to do with the Zheng clan of Yunmeng. The statement was unnecessary. Chapter 17, Distance. After the fight, Wen Ning gained an unpleasant moniker due to his terrifying display of ferocity, but that was a story for another time. Although Zheng Cheng had stabbed him in the gut, Wei Wuxian wasn't concerned in the least. He stuffed his intestines back into his belly like nothing was the matter, and ordered Wen Ning to go hunt some malicious spirits, then bought several large bags of potatoes before heading back. Oh my god. Once he returned to the burial mounds, Wen Qing bandaged him up and then proceeded to unleash a torrent of abuse on him, for she had instructed him to buy radish seeds while he was out. After that, they managed to live a peaceful and uneventful life for a while. Wei Wuxian presided over the 50 Wen cultivators who planted some crops at the burial mounds. He fixed some houses, refined some corpses, and made some tools. Every day, he took a break to play with Wen Yuan, the child of one of Wen Qing's paternal cousins. Wen Yuan was only a couple years old, and when Wei Wuxian would hang him from tree branches or bury him in the dirt with only his head sticking out, advising him that he would grow faster if he was watered and got some sun. Then Wen Qing would yell at him again. Aw, and there's a little picture. Although I do not agree with Zheng Cheng's point of view, I see where it's coming from because he lost his whole family, right? So he's pleading to Wei Wuxian, and he understands more than anybody what society is siding on already, right? He's like, this is your last chance for me to basically save you. And then Wei Wuxian's like, don't save me. So, hey. Many months passed thus. There were no further developments apart from the worsening of Wei Wuxian's already bad reputation. Wei Wuxian couldn't descend on the mountain very often. He was the one who kept all the evil spirits on the burial mounds in check, so he could not go too far, nor leave for too long. But he was also an active person, and the sort who could never stay in one place, leaving him no choice but to make frequent runs to the nearby town in the name of procurement to allow himself the chance to wander around. There was also the matter of Wen Yuan, who had been stuck in the burial mounds for too long. Wei Wuxian didn't think a toddler should be trapped in a place like that, playing in its dirt all the time. So one day, he took the boy along when he descended the mountain to buy necessities. Wei Wuxian had visited this town countless times by now. He made his way to his usual vegetable stall and turned each vegetable this way and that, inspecting them. Suddenly, he raised one and exclaimed angrily, "This potato is sprouted!" The vegetable vendor was instantly on guard, as if suddenly facing off against a deadly enemy. "What do you want?" "Make it cheaper." Wen Yuan clung to his leg at first, but Wei Wuxian was walking all over the place as he selected potatoes and haggled prices. After a while, Wen Yuan's short little arms got sore and he couldn't hang on anymore. He let go of Wei Wuxian's leg for only a moment in order to rest, but that was all the time it took for the flowing crowd to knock him around, and he soon lost his way. His field of vision was very low, and he couldn't find Wei Wuxian's long legs and black boots no matter where or how far he walked. Nothing but dusty, dirty, muddy legs and black trousers stretched out before him. Sugar Kiss, thank you so much for donating! Happy birthday to Kenzie, and see y'all in another stream. Hello to the new kickflips. Oh, that's so sweet of you, Sugar Kiss. Thank you so much. Bye! Thank you. Leo says, I love how everyone thinks Wei Wuxian is plotting evil at the burial mounds, but in reality, he's just chilling with his potatoes and sun. Yeah, right. The biggest drama is that he keeps buying potatoes instead of radishes. Aoyuan felt increasingly helpless and dizzy on top of that. He spun around, and he suddenly bumped into someone's leg. It was a man wearing a pair of pristine, snow-white boots, walking at a very slow pace. At this sudden collision, he came to an immediate stop. Wen Yuan looked up in trepidation. First, he saw a jade pendant hanging from the man's waist. Then he saw a belt embroidered with rolling clouds. After that, he saw a meticulously neat collar. Finally, he was staring into a pair of eyes that were the color of glass and cold as winter frost. This stranger had a stern face, and he was looking down at him commandingly. Wen Yuan was seized with fright. After all that nitpicking, Wei Wuxian decided not to buy any of the sprouted potatoes. He might wind up poisoned, and besides, the stall vendor had scoffed at the very idea of lowering his prices. To his surprise, Wen Yuan was gone when he turned to look. The color drained from his face, and he rushed off to scour the streets in search of him. Suddenly, he heard the sounds of a young child bursting into tears and hurried over to see. Not far away, nosy passerbys had crowded into a circle to gawk at something. They were whispering to themselves and pointing. When Wei Wuxian finally managed to push through the crowd, his eyes lit up. At the very center, surrounded by the crowd, was Lan Wangji. Yay! Daddy? Lan Wangji, yeah? I love that his eyes lit up seeing Lan Wangji here. He was dressed entirely in white with Bishan strapped to his back and stood frozen in place. It was a rare sight to see him looking so helpless, not knowing what to do. Taking a closer look, Wei Wuxian almost fell over laughing. I love how MXTX juxtaposes this scene with the previous terribly sad Jung Chung scene. It's terribly sad brother trauma to oh, cutesy lovey moment. There was a child sitting on the ground, plopped right in front of Lan Wangji's feet. He was bawling, tears and snot rolling freely down his face. Lan Wangji couldn't leave, couldn't stay, couldn't reach out, couldn't say a word. His face was stern, like he was considering his options. The bystanders provided commentary as they peeled and snacked on melon seeds. What's going on? That itty-bitty bean is crying his heart out. Probably got scolded by his dad, someone said with conviction. At the suggestion of Dad, Wei Wuxian sputtered a laugh from his hiding spot in the crowd. Lan Wangji immediately looked up and denied the claim. I am not his father. Wen Yuan didn't understand what anyone was talking about, but children always called for their loved ones when they were frightened, and so he sobbed and cried, Daddy, Daddy, wah! You hear that? I told you he's the dad, a passerby declared immediately. He's definitely the father, commented a passerby who considered themselves to have a keen eye. Their noses are cast from the same mold. It's a sure thing. Oh, poor boy. He's crying so hard, said a sympathetic-looking passerby. Did his dad yell at him? What's going on over here? A confused passerby exclaimed. Excuse me, my cart can't get through. Don't you know how to pick up your child and comfort him? A passerby berated Lan Wangji. What kind of dad are you? Just letting your son sit on the ground and cry? You're so young. This must be your first time being a dad. A passerby consoled Lan Wangji understandingly. I was like that too back when. I didn't know a dang thing. You'll get the hang of it once your wife bears a few more. It all takes time. Oh my god, this is so embarrassing to happen to Lan Wangji. Don't cry, baby, a passerby cooed at the child. Where's your mommy? Yeah, where's the mom? His dad doesn't care, so where's the mom? Oh my god, Wei Wuxian is the mom. It's the perfect setup for Wei Wuxian to be called the mom. Lan Wangji was drowning in the wave of noise. His expression was growing odder by the second. Pity the man who was born the darling of the heavens. His every word and every action were the epitome of elegance. He was the role model of the role models. Never had he encountered such a situation. Never had he been forced to suffer the accusations of the masses. Wei Wuxian was laughing himself to death, but upon seeing that Wen Yuan was about to pass out from weeping, he had no choice but to step forward. It's like Wei Wuxian is being accused of owning a nuke and being the devil, and Lan Wangji is being accused of being a bad single father. Pretending to have only just discovered the two of them, he exclaimed in surprise, Huh? Lan Zhan? Lan Wangji's head shot up and the two locked eyes. For whatever reason, Wei Wuxian's eyes dodged away after a moment, but at the sound of his voice, Wen Yuan instantly crawled to his feet and ran towards Wei Wuxian, trailing 2 streams of tears before clinging to his leg anew. The passerbys were in uproar. Who is this now? What about the mom? Where's the mom? Who exactly is the dad? Move along, Wei Wuxian waved dismissively. Seeing that the show was over, the audience reluctantly dispersed. Wei Wuxian turned his head and smiled at Lan Wangji. What a coincidence. What brings you here to Yiling, Lan Zhan? A night hunt, Lan Wangji replied. I was passing through. The tone of his voice was the same as always, with no shred of scorn or contempt or antagonism. Wei Wuxian suddenly felt relieved. And then he heard Lan Wangji ask a hesitant question. This child? When his mind was relaxed, Wei Wuxian would always run his mouth without restraint. I birthed him, he responded with confident ease. Oh my god. I birthed him. Lan Wangji's brows twitched, and Wei Wuxian burst out laughing. I'm joking, obviously. He's someone else's kid. I'm just taking him out to play. What did you do earlier? How did you make him cry? I did not do anything, Lan Wangji replied evenly. Wen Yuan was still sniffling as he hugged Wei Wuxian's leg. Wei Wuxian understood what he was going through. While Lan Wangji was good-looking, a child of Yuan's age probably didn't know what beauty was. He could only tell that a person wasn't very nice, and that he was cold and stern. He was scared of Lan Wangji's expression, which was engraved with deep-seated bitterness. It simply couldn't be helped. Wei Wuxian hauled Wen Yuan up into his arms to playfully bounce him up and down and comfort him with his words. Suddenly, he spotted a vendor selling a variety of goods on the side of the road. The man was still watching the 3 of them with a toothy grin. Wei Wuxian pointed at the colorful trinkets in the vendor's section. Yuan, look over there. Are they pretty? This got Wen Yuan's attention. He sniffled. Yes. Do they smell nice? Yes. The vendor beckoned them over hurriedly. They look nice and smell nice. Won't you buy one, young master? Do you want one? Wei Wuxian asked. Assuming that he was going to buy him something, Wen Yuan shyly replied, Yes. However, Wei Wuxian simply started walking in the other direction. Haha, let's go. How could he do that? Oh my god. Oh. It was as if Wen Yuan had been struck by a heavy blow. Tears filled his eyes once more. Lan Wangji had been coolly watching from the sidelines, but could no longer stand idly by. Why will you not purchase an item for him? And why should I? Wei Wuxian asked curiously. You asked if he wanted an item. Was this not an indication of your intention to buy it for him? Asking is asking, buying is buying. They're 2 separate things, Wei Wuxian replied in a deliberate tone. Why do I have to buy something just because I asked him about it? Lan Wangji, surprisingly, had no answer to this. He stared at Wei Wuxian for a long while before moving his gaze to Wen Yuan. The intensity of his gaze set Wen Yuan shuddering again. But Lan Wangji only asked Wen Yuan, Which do you want? Wen Yuan didn't understand, so Lan Wangji pointed at the things in the vendor's load and asked again, which of the things here do you want? Wen Yuan stared at him in fear, holding his breath. Half an incense time later, Wen Yuan had finally stopped crying. Instead, he kept touching his pocket, which bulged with the trinkets Lan Wangji had bought for him. Oh my god. Okay, so what do you guys think this says about Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji here? About Wei Wuxian's, like, determination of asking is asking, buying is buying. Like, you shouldn't assume you're gonna get something just because someone's nice to you, kind of thing. And Lan Wangji being like, that is cruel. Gabby says, I love the theory that the reason Wei Wuxian told Ayuan he couldn't have the toy is because he knew Lan Wangji would and would make Ayuan like him. I love that. I love that. Like, he wouldn't normally be cruel like this to Ayuan. It seems a little bit out of character for him to treat Ayuan cruelly like this, you know? And you're right, he doesn't know beauty. He doesn't know Lan Wangji. There's that whole line about him just being like, he just looks cold, so Ayuan would think he's a bad person. So Wei Wuxian forcing this situation to take place so that Lan Wangji could be in Ayuan's favor is so cute. Aww. That's very, very sweet. Seeing that his tears had finally stopped, Lan Wangji seemed to sigh in relief, and then to his surprise, Wen Yuan suddenly shuffled over with blushing cheeks and clung to his leg. When he looked down, there was now a new addition to his limb. Lan Wangji was speechless at the sight. Wei Wuxian laughed hysterically. Ha 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 ha! Congrats, Lan Zhan, he likes you! He clings to the legs of anyone he likes. He'll never let go now. He clung to Zheng Cheng. Lan Wangji took 2 steps. Sure enough, Wen Yuan was firmly attached to his leg and showed no intention of letting go. His grip was surprisingly strong. Wei Wuxian patted his shoulder. Don't bother rushing off to your night hunt so soon. How about we grab a bite first? Lan Wangji looked up at him. A bite? He parroted, sounding calm. Yeah, let's grab a bite. Don't be so cold now. You're visiting Yiling for once and oh so coincidentally ran into me. Let's catch up. Come on, it'll be my treat. And thus was Lan Wangji hauled into a restaurant, with Wei Wuxian half pulling, half dragging him, and Wen Yuan still hanging off his leg. Wei Wuxian took a seat inside their private room. Go ahead, he beckoned. Order something. After being pushed down into a seat, Lan Wangji skimmed through the menu, then said, You order. It's my treat, so you should be the one ordering, Wei Wuxian replied. Get whatever you like. Don't hold back. He hadn't bought those poisonous sprouted potatoes earlier, so it just so happened that he actually had enough money to pay. Lan Wangji wasn't the type to argue back and forth, so he made his selection after a moment of thought. Wei Wuxian laughed when he heard him say the names of the dishes so evenly. Dang, Lan Zhan, and here I thought you Gusu folk didn't eat spicy food. Your tastes are pretty intense. Want a drink? He ordered the spicy food because he knows Wei Wuxian likes the spicy food. Ah. Lan Wangji shook his head. As expected of Han Guangjun, still sticking to the rules even when out and about, Wei Wuxian commented. I won't order a share for you then. Wen Yuan sat by Lan Wangji's feet, taking the little wooden knife, the little wooden sword, the clay doll, the straw-woven butterflies, and other such trinkets. He lined them up on the mat and counted his hoard with great fondness. Wei Wuxian watched as he attached himself to Lan Wangji, nuzzling him so relentlessly that it was difficult for Lan Wangji to even drink his tea. The baby just nuzzling him so much. Oh my god, Ayuan loves him so much. And then he ends up being his dad, and Ayuan grows up so good. Oh my god. Oh, it's so cute. Wei Wuxian whistled to beckon him over. Ayuan, come here. Wen Yuan looked at Wei Wuxian, who had buried him in the dirt like a radish just a few days ago. He then looked at Lan Wangji, who had just bought him a pile of toys. His butt did not scoot an inch closer, and an honest response was writ large upon his face. No. Wei Wuxian tried again. Come over here, you're bothering him. It is fine. Let him stay, Lan Wangji said. Wen Yuan happily hugged his leg again. This time, his target was Lan Wangji's thigh. Wei Wuxian twirled his chopsticks and laughed. Whoever gives the milk is mom. Whoever gots the dough is dad. Outrageous. The dishes and drinks came quickly, filling the table with bright flaming red. There was a single bowl of sweet soup, which Lan Wangji had ordered for Wen Yuan. Wei Wuxian called for him a number of times and tapped on the bowl, but Wen Yuan still kept his head down, mumbling at the 2 butterflies in his hands. One moment he was pretending to be the butterfly on the left, saying shyly, "I like you a lot." The next moment he pretended to be the butterfly on the right and replied happily, "I like you a lot too." He was having a fantastic time playing as the 2 butterflies. Oh my god, what? This is so cute. Wei Wuxian laughed so hard he was out of breath, swaying back and forth in his seat. Oh my god, Ayuan, you tiny little thing. Who'd you learn that from? I like you, you like me. Do you even know what like is? Wei Wuxian, asking a child, do you even know what like is? If you do, please tell me. Stop playing and eat. Your new dad ordered all of this for you. It's good stuff. Your new dad. Wen Yuan finally tucked the butterflies away in his pocket and sat next to Lan Wangji. He picked up the bowl and a small spoon and began to eat the sweet soup. Wen Yuan had previously lived at the Qishan detention camp and later moved to the burial mounds. The food in both places was too foul to describe, which was why this bowl of sweet soup was a novel delicacy to him. After only a few bites, he was unable to stop eating, but he still managed to pass the bowl to Wei Wuxian like he was eagerly offering treasure. Xian Gaga, Gaga, eat. Oh, he's such a kind soul. Wei Wuxian obliged and enjoyed the offering. Not bad. Seems you still know how to show me some respect. Food is taken in silence, Lan Wangji said. Then, to help Wen Yuan understand, he repeated himself in plain speech. Do not talk while eating. Wen Yuan hastily nodded, stopping his chatter and engrossing himself in his meal. This really is outrageous. I have to say something a dozen times before he listens to me, but he listens to you the moment you speak, Wei Wuxian complained. How absolutely outrageous. You as well. Food is taken in silence, Lan Wangji replied impassively. I love how Yuan was showcasing just how easy it is, right? The 2 butterflies, I really like you too, you know? That's how easy it could have been. That's how easy it should have been. And yet. Wei Wuxian grinned and took a drink, then fiddled with the cup in his hand. After all these years, you honestly haven't changed a single bit. Hey, Lanjan, what are you hunting in Yiling? I know this place well. Want me to give you pointers? No need, Lan Wangji said. The representatives of prominent clans often had secret missions they couldn't divulge to others, so Wei Wuxian didn't pry further. I finally ran into an old acquaintance who isn't avoiding me. I've been so cooped up for the past few months. It's killing me. Anything big happen out there lately? What would be considered big? Lan Wangji asked. Like a new clan sprouting up somewhere, a clan expanding their residence, clans forming an alliance, that kind of big. Come on, let's chat a little, engage in some casual conversation. Ever since his fake falling out with Zheng Cheng, he'd heard no news of events taking place in the outside world. At best, he only heard the sundry idle talk in town when he went shopping. There will soon be a marriage alliance, Lan Wangji said. Between which families? Wei Wuxian asked. The Jin clan of Lanling and the Zheng clan of Yanmeng. Lan Wangji answered. Wei Wuxian's hand stopped toying with the wine cup and froze completely. He was dumbfounded. Miss Zheng and Jin Sijuan? Lan Wangji inclined his head. When did this happen? When's the wedding? Wei Wuxian exclaimed. In 7 days, Lan Wangji said. Gasp! Zheng Cheng and Jing Guanyao are getting married. The weather in Gusu is nice. Yes. Wei Wuxian shakily brought the wine cup to his lips without realizing it was already empty. A sudden desolation filled him, and he didn't know whether it was anger, shock, upset, or resignation. Although he had expected this long before he left the Jung clan, hearing the actual news so suddenly caused 1,000 emotions and 1,000,000 words to flood his mind. He wanted desperately to let it all out, but didn't know where to start. This was such huge news. Why hadn't Jung Chung even thought of a way to tell him yet? If he hadn't run into Lan Wangji today, he might have learned about it even later. But then again, what did it matter if anyone thought to tell him? Jung Chung had already made a public announcement, and the clans believed his surface story. Wei Wuxian had defected and was henceforth unrelated to the Jung clan of Yunmeng. Even if he knew about the wedding, he couldn't attend the celebration. It was right for Jung Chung not to tell him, because he might have done something impulsive if he had. It was a long moment before Wei Wuxian mumbled to himself. What a score for that Jin Sizhuan. He poured another cup. Lan Zhan, how do you feel about this marriage? When he received no response from Lan Wangji, Wei Wuxian continued. Oh yeah, what am I asking you for? What do you care? You never think about this stuff. You don't ever think about like. You don't ever think about like, Lan Zhan. He tossed back another cup. I know that a lot of people say my Shijie doesn't deserve Jin Sizhuan. Ha! But in my eyes, it's Jin Sizhuan who doesn't deserve my Shijie. And yet, Jin Sizhuan just had to be the one Zheng Yanli liked. Wei Wuxian smacked the wine cup down on the table. Lan Zhan, my Shijie deserves the best person in the whole world, you know? He slapped the table, pride coloring his slightly inebriated brow. We will make this wedding a grand event, one that awes everyone, one that will be praised for 100 years. No one will ever match it, and I will see my Shijie marry in absolute glory. Lan Wangji acknowledged. Wei Wuxian scoffed. What are you ing for? I can't actually go see it anymore. Wen Yuan had finished his sweet soup and was playing with the straw butterflies again. The butterflies' long antennae had become entangled, and he couldn't free them. Seeing how anxious he looked, Lan Wangji took the butterflies from his hands and untangled the antenna in no time, before returning the toys to him. Wei Wuxian, somewhat distracted by the sight, forced a brief smile. Yuan, don't rub your face on him. You have soup smeared around your mouth. You'll stain his clothes. Wearing a neutral expression, Lan Wangji produced a plain white hand towel and wiped the bit of soup from Wen Yuan's face. Wei Wuxian whistled. Darn, Lan Zhan. I would have never suspected you were actually good with kids. If you're any nicer to him, he won't want to go back with me. Lan Zhan wiping his little mouth. Also, the fact that we already know that Lan Wangji was talking to Lan Qichen about wanting to take Wei Wuxian back to Gusu with him, you know, saying he wants to take him and hide him away. And then Wei Wuxian's like, yeah, you never think about these kind of things. Wei Wuxian's face changed all of a sudden. He pulled a talisman from his robes. Already in flames, the talisman was reduced to ashes. In a few seconds, Lan Wangji's gaze sharpened, and Wei Wuxian leapt to his feet. Shoot! That talisman was the heart of an alarm array he had set up at the burial mounds. Should anything happen at the burial mounds while he was gone, such as the array breaking or blood being spilled, the talisman would ignite to alert him something was wrong. Wei Wuxian stuffed Wen Yuan under his arm and hurriedly explained, Sorry, Lan Zhan, I gotta go back! Something fell from Wen Yuan's pocket. Butterfly! He cried. But Wei Wuxian had already bolted out of the restaurant with him under his arm. Moments later, a white silhouette flashed in the corner of his eye. Lan Wangji had caught up and was running at his side. Lan Zhan? Wei Wuxian was surprised. Why are you following me? Lan Wangji handed the dropped butterfly back to Wen Yuan, not answering the question. Oh, he got him the butterfly back. Oh my god. Ugh. Instead, he asked, why not travel by sword? Forgot to bring it, Wei Wuxian answered. Without a word, Lan Wangji seized his waist and pulled him onto Bishen. They rose into the sky together. Wen Yuan was too young to have ever ridden a flying sword, so he should have been quite scared, but Bishen was so steady that he felt no turbulence at all. Sword turbulence? That's hilarious. Furthermore, the townsfolk were so shocked at the sight of them so swiftly shooting off into the skies at will that they crowded around to watch. All Wen Yuan could feel was excitement at the novelty of the experience. He cheered loudly. Wei Wuxian breathed a sigh of relief. Thanks. Where to? Lamonji asked. That way, Wei Wuxian directed. The three flew at top speeds in the direction of the burial mounds. Wei Wuxian grew even tenser at the sight of its black summit breaking through the clouds. They could already hear the howling of fierce corpses coming from the distant black forest, and it wasn't just one or two, it was a horde of them. Lamonji made a hand seal and Bishan flew even faster, though their passage remained steady all the while. The moment they landed, they saw a shrieking black shadow leap from the woods in pursuit of its human target. Bishan slashed it in half. The person on the ground was tragically pale, and he yelled to Wei Wuxian the moment he saw him. Wei Gongse! Wei Wuxian hurled out a talisman. "Si Shu, what happened?" "The demon-quelling cave. The fierce corpses escaped from the demon-quelling cave." "Didn't I set up a barrier array? Who touched it?" Wei Wuxian demanded. "No one," Si Shu said. It was... Just then, a woman's loud cry came from up ahead. "Anning!" Within the Black Forest, over a dozen Wen cultivators were confronting an extremely savage opponent, and that opponent was Wen Ning. His eyes were rolled all the way back, showing only a field of white, and barely any of the talismans he'd been wrapped in remained. He was dragging around two other fierce corpses that had already ripped apart with his bare hands, reducing them to almost nothing but bones dripping with black blood. And yet Wen Ning continued to beat them with ferocious aggression, slamming them into the ground over and over again, as if he wouldn't be satisfied until they were reduced to ashes. Wenqing stood on the front lines of the cultivation team, wielding a sword. "Didn't I say not to touch the talismans on him?" Wei Wuxian yelled. Wenqing didn't even have time to be surprised by Lamonji's sudden appearance. "No one touched him," she yelled back. "No one even entered the demon-quelling cave. He went berserk and tore them off his own. And he didn't just rip them off himself. He destroyed the barrier array on the blood pool and the cave. All the fierce corpses and all the fierce men. Couldn't put Wen Ning together again." "All the fierce corpses that were in the blood pool have crawled out. Wei Wuxian, go save Granny and the others. Hurry! They can't hang on any longer." A strange hissing noise came from above as she spoke. The group looked up. They saw several fierce corpses had climbed into the trees. They were curled like snakes in the branches, baring their teeth at the humans below. A disgusting, unknown viscous substance drooled from their snarling fangs. Thank you, Kate. Wen Ning looked up and saw them as well. He discarded the broken, mangled limbs he held and jumped into the trees with a single leap. The tree he had scaled was at least 15 meters tall. To think he could jump so high in a single bound! Truly, his explosive strength was shocking to the extreme. Once he landed atop the tree, it only took 2 swipes for him to tear the fierce corpse's limb from limb. Body farts. Body farts! I'm so sorry. Body parts flew haphazardly, and the sky rained blood, but he still wasn't satisfied. Wen Ning jumped down from the other side of the tree. Wei Wuxian pulled out Chen Qing. "Lan!" He wanted to ask Lamonji to save the others first, which would allow him to face Wen Ning without worry, but when he looked back, the man was already gone. Just as worry seized him, he heard the heavens shake with the force of a Guqin's loud, crisp chord. Yeah! The sound shocked the crows of the Black Forest into wild flight. As it turned out, he hadn't needed to ask. Lamonji had already taken action. Wei Wuxian relaxed. He brought Chen Qing to his lips and let loose a long, trilling note. Wen Ning's form faltered slightly as he landed, and Wei Wuxian seized his chance to shout to him, "Wen Ning, do you recognize me?" The Guqin strummed 3 times and then went quiet, which meant Lamonji had subdued all the runaway fierce corpses with 3 notes. Wen Ning dropped a little, a low growl emitting from the bottom of his throat. He was the very image of an agitated wild beast, alert and ready to pounce at any given moment. As Wei Wuxian was about to play his flute once more, he suddenly noticed Wen Yuan was still firmly clinging to his leg, not daring to breathe. He had completely forgotten about him all this time. He hastily picked up Wen Yuan and tossed him in Wen Qing's direction. "Take him and go hide somewhere far away." And then Wen Ning tackled him. It was like he had been hit by a falling boulder. Wei Wuxian was sent flying backward from the impact, crashing into a tree. Warm blood rose up in his throat and he cursed. Lamonji saw this take place. Just as he turned around, his face changed drastically and he rushed to Wei Wuxian. Wen Qing, who had just pushed Wen Yuan into someone else's arms to go check on Wei Wuxian, was startled to find Lamonji had gotten there before she could. Lan Wangji had practically folded Wei Wuxian into his embrace, clutching his hand in his own to directly transfer his spiritual power to him. Yeah! Oh! Yes, this is why Lan Wangji doesn't like Wen Ning. Let go of him. There's no need for that, Wen Qing said hurriedly. Let me. I'm Wen Qing. Wen Qing of Qishan was a doctor of the highest caliber. It was only upon her arrival that Lan Wangji stopped transferring spiritual power and allowed her to examine Wei Wuxian. Yeah, feminism. Lan Wangji respects Mian Mian. Lan Wangji respects Wen Qing. We love to see it. It was only upon her arrival that Lan Wangji stopped transferring spiritual power and allowed her to examine Wei Wuxian, but he would not let go of his hand. Oh my god. Oh my god. Lan Zhan. However, Wei Wuxian pushed him away. Don't let him run off! After injuring Wei Wuxian, Wen Ning had begun to walk down the mountain, his arms hanging slack at his sides. Down the mountain was where the rest of the Wen cultivators were hiding from the fierce corpses. Run! Hurry! He's heading your way! Wen Qing yelled down towards them. Wei Wuxian struggled free of Lan Wangji, took a deep breath, and began to pursue Wen Ning. Lan Wangji hurried after him and caught up again. Where is your sword? Wei Wuxian hurled forth 12 talismans. Who knows where I tossed it? The 12 young talismans formed a row in the air and ignited, binding Wen Ning with a chain and flame. Lan Wangji strummed his guqin with a flick of his wrist, and Wen Ning's legs were bound by an invisible string. Although he paused for a moment, he then continued arduously forward. Wei Wuxian placed Chen Qing to his lips. Because of the injury he had suffered, some blood sprayed forth as he blew a note. His brows knitted, but he endured the bloody, painful turbulence in his chest and continued playing the flute without a single tremor. Thanks to their combined efforts, Wen Ning finally dropped to his knees. He looked to the sky and let loose a long howl, sending shockwaves through the leaves of the black forest. Wei Wuxian, unable to hold back any longer, choked out a mouthful of blood. The sound of the guqin named Wanji suddenly turned sharp, and Wen Ning curled up on the ground, clutching his head and roaring like mad. Anning! Anning! Wen Qing cried mournfully. Lan Wangji's like fucking torturing him because he hurt Wei Wuxian. She rushed over to him, but Wei Wuxian shouted a warning to her. Watch out! Seeing her little brother so distressed by the sound of the guqin hurt Wen Qing just as much. She knew he would be a danger to all present in his current state if they failed to strike decisively and mercilessly, but her heart nonetheless ached for him. Han Guanzhen, please have mercy! Lan Zhan, go softer with your strikes, Wei Wuxian urged. Gong Ze. Wei Wuxian stopped. Wait, he called out. Lan Zhan, can you stop for a minute? The voice came from Wen Ning. Lan Wangji flattened his hand over the vibrating strings, halting the resounding note. Wen Ning! Wei Wuxian called out again. Wen Ning arduously raised his head. His eyes were no longer fields of empty, deathly white. Rather, they were now dotted with a pair of black pupils. Wen Ning opened and closed his mouth, then tried again. Wei Gongza? Each word was squeezed out with great effort, and he seemed to almost bite his own tongue in the process, but the words spoken were indeed human words. It wasn't meaningless growling. This is an amazing scene. This is a fucking awesome, incredible action scene of the romance and the plot and Wen Ning and Wen Qing and just, oh my god, this is so good. Yes, Night Owl, definitely. I'm sorry you're experiencing IRL fictional, or IRL family drama for some fictional family drama now. Wen Qing was completely dumbfounded. Moments later, she let out a wail and stumbled as she lunged over. Ah, Ning! She cried. She tackled him with such force that both of them fell to the ground. JJ, Wen Ning said. Wen Qing pulled her little brother into a hug, crying and laughing, and buried her head in his chest. It's me! It's JJ! It's JJ! Oh, Anning! She kept crying Wen Ning's name. The other cultivators looked like they wanted to join the embrace, but didn't dare, so they simply cheered and laughed and randomly hugged each other. Sushu shouted in crazed happiness as he ran down the mountain. Everything's good now! It's done! It's done! Anning's awake! Wei Wuxian walked over and crouched next to Wen Ning. How are you feeling right now? Wen Ning lay on the ground, his limbs and neck still somewhat stiff. I... I... He remained struck there a while before he finally said, I want to cry really badly, but I can't. What's going on? This poor boy. Wei Wuxian was silent a while, then patted his shoulder. You remember, don't you? That you're dead? Having confirmed Wen Ning was truly conscious, Wei Wuxian inwardly let out a long sigh of relief. He had succeeded. Driven by a momentary angry impulse, he had turned Wen Ning into a low-level fierce corpse. Although he had been able to prompt Wen Ning to identify and tear apart the overseers who had murdered him, it had only made Wen Qing all the more anguished when she woke to a little brother who didn't recognize her at all, one who only knew how to growl like a mad dog, to tear and devour flesh, to guzzle blood like water. Once he had calmed down, Wei Wuxian swore to her in perfect confidence that he could return Wen Ning to a conscious state, and no one was the wiser that he was only talking big to ease her mind. In truth, he wasn't at all sure he could succeed, but he had no choice but to brazenly forge ahead. He had racked his brain for answers, foregoing sleep and food for days on end, and now he had finally managed to fulfill his promise. Wen Qing cupped Wen Ning's pale face. Fat tears poured from her eyes like beads, one after another. At last, she could hold it in no longer and completely dissolved into wailing, crying the same way she had the night she first saw Wen Ning's dead body. Wen Ning rubbed her back with one stiff hand. More and more of the Wens came up the mountain, either flinging themselves into the pile of crying people or gazing in respect and gratitude at Wei Wuxian and Lan Wangji. Wei Wuxian knew the two siblings probably had a lot to say to each other, and also that Wen Qing would not want anyone to see her crying like this. He spoke up. Lan Zhan. Lan Wangji gazed at him. Since you're here, want to go inside and sit for a bit? The two of them walked up the mountain and arrived at the mouth of a cave that spewed forth sinister winds. The demon-quelling cave? Lan Wangji inquired. That's right, Wei Wuxian said. I came up with the name. What do you think? Lan Wangji was silent. I know, you must be thinking it's not very good, Wei Wuxian answered on his behalf. I've heard everyone gossiping since word of the name got out. They say I'm a big-time demonic overlord myself, a walker of the demonic path. How am I not embarrassed to call my little old lair the demon-quelling cave? You could almost say he was being called a grandmaster of demonic cultivation. Lan Wangji didn't comment. The two had entered the cave at this point, and Wei Wuxian's laugh echoed in the empty, spacious interior. But they're wrong. The name I chose doesn't mean what they think it does. How so? Lan Wangji asked. Simple, Wei Wuxian answered. I named it that because I sleep here most of the time. An evil overlord sprawled unconscious on the ground of a cave. Isn't that a demon quelled? Oh my god. Lan Wangji was speechless. The two entered the main room of the cave system. Then what about the blood pool? Lan Wangji asked. Wei Wuxian pointed at a serene pool. That's it right there. The light inside the cave was dim, so it was difficult to tell whether the pool was black or red. The astringent smell of blood emanated from the water, neither light nor heavy. There had been a barrier array drawn around the pool, but Wen Ning had destroyed it. Wei Wuxian constructed and reinforced a new one. It is heavy with yin energy, Lan Wangji commented. Yeah, it's lousy with it, Wei Wuxian agreed. Good for nurturing evil stuff. This is where I raise unfinished fierce corpses. Guess how many of them lurk beneath? He flashed a brief smile. Well, to be honest, even I don't know how many there are in there, but the water is starting to smell more and more like blood. Perhaps it was a trick of the light, but Wei Wuxian's face looked particularly pale, and his smile seemed vaguely sinister. Lan Wangji watched him quietly. Wei Ying. What? Are you really in control? Lan Wangji asked. In control of what? Wei Wuxian asked. Oh, you mean Wen Ning? Of course. See? He regained consciousness already, he added, sounding pleased. A fierce corpse without precedent. What will you do should he go berserk again? Lan Wangji questioned. I have plenty of experience dealing with it now. I'm the one controlling him, so as long as I'm fine, he'll have no issues, Wei Wuxian said. After a moment's silence, Lan Wangji pressed. And if you are not fine? Wei Wuxian firmly dismissed the thought. That won't happen. How can you guarantee as much? That won't happen, Wei Wuxian reiterated, his tone firm. It can't happen either. The power of positive thinking. Do Do you plan on staying like this from now on? Lamonji asked. And what's wrong with that? Wei Wuxian shot back. Do you scorn my great domain? This mountain is bigger than your cloud recesses, you know. The food is better too. Wei Ying, Lamonji said. You know what I mean. Han Zhan, Wei Wuxian was exasperated. You really are unbelievable. I changed the subject, but you brought it right back. There was a sudden itch in his throat, a sudden surge of blood rushing up. Wei Wuxian quietly cleared his throat a couple of times. Seeing Lamonji move to take his hand again, he dodged away. What are you doing? Your injury, Lamonji explained. Don't worry about it, Wei Wuxian stated. Why waste spiritual power on such a minor injury? I just need to sit down for a while, and it'll get better on its own. Lamonji stopped bothering to argue with him and tried grabbing for his hand again. Just then, 2 people walked into the cave. Hey, give me your fucking hand! Wen Qing's voice echoed in the cave. Sit down for a little while and it'll get better on its own. Did you already write me off as dead? Oh, sit down for a little while and it'll get better on its own? Did you already write me off as dead? Following behind her was Wen Ning, who was holding a tea tray. Stop! Like, no time has passed and he's already so docile, he's handing out tea. Wen Ning's skin was deathly pale, and there were traces of spells on his neck that hadn't been completely wiped clean. Wen Yuan hung from his leg. The moment they entered, and the child is on Wen Ning's leg now. He was literally just smashing people together moments ago. The moment they entered, he dashed to Wei Wuxian's side in a flurry of pitter-pattering feet and transferred himself to his leg instead. Bee-boop! Hello, Bee-boop! Oh my goodness, thank you so much for donating again! Oh my goodness, thank you so much, Bee-boop! Hey guys, don't mind me, just popping in to let you know I need help with a drawing, but I can't decide the angle. I posted a very rough sketch of my idea. Let me know what you think. Oh! Okay, wait, let's go to the community and let's look at Bee-boop's drawing. Okay, I need help deciding which angle I want my next drawing in. I'm not sure which one I like better. Please help. Ooh, okay. We got number 1. And then we got number 2. I think I like number 1. Yeah, I think either would be cool, but I think I would vote for number 1. All right. Okay, Wen Ning's here with the kid, and then the kid ran over to Wei Wuxian's leg. Seeing Wei Wuxian and Lamonji look toward him at the same time, Wen Ning's lips twitched. It seemed like he wanted to smile, but the muscles of his face were too stiff to manage the movement. All he could do was greet them aloud. It's like he just got a lot of Botox. Wei Gongzi, Lan Gongzi. Wei Wuxian raised his captive leg into the air, lifting Wen Yuan with it, and shook. Why are you guys here? Finished crying already? Just watch how I'll make you cry later, Wen Qing rebuked. Though her words were ferocious, her voice was still nasally from weeping. What a joke, Wei Wuxian shot back. How can you make me... Ah! Wen Qing had stridden over and slapped him hard on the back, which forced Wei Wuxian to sputter out a mouthful of blood. His face was full of disbelief. You're vicious! His eyes closed as soon as he spoke, and he fainted on the spot. Lamonji blanched and caught him. Wei Ying! Wen Qing flashed 3 gleaming silver needles. I have far more vicious tricks that you haven't seen yet, she rebuked. Get up! Wei Wuxian rose from Lamonji's arms like nothing had happened. Just like right out of a cartoon. Bye, Bee-boop. He's just, whoa, I'm fine. and wiped away the blood on his lips. I'll pass on that. The most vicious be the heart of a woman, they say. I don't want to witness it firsthand. Wenqing's slap had simply expelled the bad blood clogging his lungs. Would Qishan's greatest doctor, renowned among all the clans, really not know how to control the strength of her hand? Realizing it was just another prank, Lan Wangji turned around with an angry flick of his sleeves, as if not wanting to give such a silly person any more attention. Oh my god! That's so funny. Lan Wangji. God, that's so evil of Wei Wuxian to be pranking him in a moment like this. Oh, Kate posted bald pregnant Feng Xiao. Let's also check the community for that. Kate! Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't believe you, Kate. You asked, the people answered, and you delivered. That is incredible, Kate. Oh, man. Okay, Lan Wangji's mad. Wenning had only just awoken, so his reactions lagged one beat behind. Struck dumb when he saw Wei Wuxian spew blood, he only now remembered that he'd been the one to injure him when he was still without his conscious mind. Gongzi, I'm sorry, he apologized, voice heavy with guilt. Wei Wuxian waved him off. Alright, that's enough. Do you really think that punch of yours could do anything to me? Wenqing's jet-black eyes observed Lan Wangji's expression intently. Why don't you have a seat, Han Guanzhun? It finally dawned on Wei Wuxian. After entering the cave, Lan Wangji had never once sat down. No wonder he felt like he had forgotten something. The only places to sit were the few rock beds, and every single one of them was covered with miscellaneous oddities. There were flags and knives and boxes, bloody bandages and half-eaten fruit. It was a devastating sight to behold. But there's nowhere to sit, I guess, Wei Wuxian said. Of course there is, Wenqing said coolly, then ruthlessly swiped everything on one of the rock beds to the ground. See? There you go. Wei Wuxian was utterly shocked. Hey! Wenning chimed in as well. Yes, Lan Gongzi, sit and have some tea. He pushed the tray in his hands in Lan Wangji's direction. There were 2 teacups placed on the tray, washed very clean, but when Wei Wuxian took a look inside them, he scolded him. So shabby, offering plain water to guests. There's not a single tea leaf. I asked, and Shu said there was no tea in our food stores, Wenning tried to explain. Oh my god. Oh. Wei Wuxian picked up one of the cups and took a sip. That's so not okay. Gotta prepare some of for the next time we have guests, okay? It was only after he spoke that he felt ridiculous for saying it. What next time? What guests? Well, aren't you shameless? Wenqing asked. Every time you're sent down the mountain to make purchases, you always bring back a random mess of things. Where are the radish seeds I asked you to buy? What do you mean, random mess of things? Wei Wuxian protested. I've been getting fun toys for Ayuan, haven't I, Ayuan? But Wen Yuan wasn't cooperative. Shan Gaga is lying. It was this Gaga who brought the toys for me. Wei Wuxian was furious. Preposterous! Laughter filled the demon-quelling cave, but Lan Wangji abruptly turned around without another word and headed toward the exit. Uh-oh. Oh god, he's like, I can't fucking handle this. Wenqing and Wenning were both taken aback, while Wei Wuxian called after him. Lan Zhan! Lan Wangji's steps paused for a moment. His tone devoid of emotion, he stated, It is time for me to leave. He exited the demon-quelling cave without looking back. Wenning was panic-stricken once more, as if it were his fault that Lan Wangji was leaving. Gaga! Wen Yuan called out to him anxiously. He dashed forward on his short little legs, wanting to chase after him, but Wei Wuxian caught him easily and tucked him under his arm. You guys wait for me here, he said. He hurried out of the cave with large strides, combining 3 steps into 2, and caught up with Lan Wangji. You're leaving? I'll see you off. Lan Wangji was silent and would not respond. Wen Yuan looked up at Lan Wangji from where he was still tucked under Wei Wuxian's arm. Gaga, you're not gonna stay to eat dinner with us? Lan Wangji glanced at him, then reached out and hesitantly stroked his head. Oh. Wen Yuan thought that meant he was staying, and delight showed on his face. Ayuan heard a secret, he whispered. They said there are lots of good things to eat today. This Gaga has food at home, so we won't be keeping him, 'kay? Wei Wuxian said. Oh, said Wen Yuan, his disappointment beyond words. His head drooped, and he stopped talking. The two of them walked quietly the entire way, the child in tow, until they reached the foot of the burial mounds. Though they both stopped at the same time, they still didn't speak. It was a while before Wei Wuxian said, Lanjan, you asked me earlier if I planned on staying like this. The truth is, I want to ask you a question too. If I don't stay like this, what else can I do? Should I abandon the demonic path? Then what about the folks on the mountain? Should I give them up? I couldn't do it. I'm sure if it were you, you couldn't either. Can't anyone give me an easy, broad road? A road I can walk that allows me to protect the ones I want to protect without needing to cultivate the demonic path? Lan Wangji gazed at him. He didn't respond, but deep down, they both knew the answer. There was no such path. There was no such solution. Thank you for keeping me company today, and thank you for telling me about my Shije's wedding, Wei Wuxian said slowly. But, right or wrong, the decision is my own. It doesn't matter what others think of those decisions. I will bear the consequences of my actions, whether they be good or ill. I know what I should do, and I believe everything is still within my ability to control. Lan Wangji inclined his head and closed his eyes. It was as if he had already anticipated this stance. This was goodbye. No! Come back to Gusu with me! On the way up the mountain, Wei Wuxian belatedly realized he had said he was treating Lan Wangji to a meal, but in the end, the two had gone their separate ways in such a dreary mood, and he had forgotten to pay the bill. Oops. Well, Lanjan is so rich, it's no big deal to make him pick up the bill again, Wei Wuxian thought to himself. Speaking of which, he should have some money left, right? He couldn't have spent it all on just a few kids' toys. If anything, I'll treat him next time. What next time, honestly? When he thought about it, he and Lan Wangji always parted on unhappy terms whenever they met, for one reason or another. Maybe they really weren't meant to be friends. They're meant to be lovers. Either way, there was little chance they could try again in the future. Do you guys think that Lan Wangji left in a huff because he saw that Wei Wuxian was so integrated with this family that there's no way he would leave? Like in that moment he knew there was no way that Wei Wuxian would ever leave with him. %1,000%. Ugh. It just literally, it happens after, like, it's like happy family laughing. Like, ah ha ha ha, ah ha ha, and the Lan Wangji's like, I have to go. And Nora also just posted some fan art in the community. Oh my god, we have so many talented artists today in the chat. Some cuddly Wangshin I drew during the stream. Thank you so much for sharing your art during the stream. You know, it feels good to see some happy Wangshin after this heartbreak we are currently reading. Meridia said, I think he thought that asking Wei Wuxian to do anything different would go against the Wei Wuxian that he fell in love with. Yeah, it's like he is aware of the situation Wei Wuxian is in, and he's not Zheng Cheng. He's not gonna tell him to not do this, right? Like, he sees what Wei Wuxian's doing at this point, and he has a fucking kid, right? Ugh. Kate, you are very talented. Are you kidding me? Okay. Maybe they really weren't meant to be friends. Either way, there was little chance they could try again in the future. Wen Yuan held Wei Wuxian's hand with his left hand and wielded the little wooden sword with his right. The straw butterfly sat on his head. Shan Gaga, will Rich Gaga come again? Wei Wuxian sputtered a laugh. What? Who's Rich Gaga? The Rich Gaga is Rich Gaga, Wen Yuan answered seriously. Then what about me? Wei Wuxian asked. Sure enough, Wen Yuan replied. You're Shan Gaga. Poor Gaga. Oh my god. Literally calling him poor Gaga? Wei Wuxian shot him a look, then suddenly snatched the butterfly from him. What, you like him because he's got money? Wen Yuan stood on tiptoes with an anxious cry. Give it back! That was bought for me! Wei Wuxian was the nonsensical sort of man who could get excited even when messing with children. He placed the butterfly atop his own head. I don't care. You called him Daddy too. And what do you call me? Only Gaga. You dropped me in seniority for no good reason. Wen Yuan stomped his foot. I didn't call him Daddy. You did. I heard you, Wei Wuxian said. I don't care. I want to be more senior than Gaga or Daddy. What should you call me? Wen Yuan aggrieved. But Aiyuan doesn't want to call you Mommy. That's so weird. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wei Wuxian's like, if he's Daddy, you have to call me Mommy. Oh my god. Wei Wuxian sputtered out another laugh. Who said to call me Mommy? The one more senior than your Gaga and Daddy is your granddaddy. Didn't you know that? If you really like him so much, then you should have said so earlier. If you had, I would have had him take you along. His family might be rich, but they're scary. He'll take you home, lock you up indoors, and make you copy books all day and night. That scare ya? Wen Yuan quickly shook his head and squeaked in a small voice. I won't leave. I still want Granny. Wei Wuxian continued to press him. You want Granny, but not me? I do. I want Shan Gaga too, Wen Yuan assured him to ingratiate himself. He started counting on his fingers, one by one. I want Rich Gaga too, and Aching JJ, Ning Gaga, Si Shu, Liu Shu. Wei Wuxian tossed the butterfly back into his head. Enough, enough. You're drowning me in that crowd. Wen Yuan quickly tucked the straw butterfly back into his pocket, scared it might get snatched away again. He then pressed Wei Wuxian with further questions. So will Rich Gaga come again? Wei Wuxian only continued to smile. It was a while before he answered. Probably not. Why not? Wen Yuan was disappointed. No reason, Wei Wuxian said. Everyone has their own things to do out in the world, and their own paths to walk. Our house is busy enough. How would we have time to concern ourselves with other people's families? After all, they were not traveling on the same road. Although he did not quite understand, Wen Yuan still replied with an, oh. He looked rather down. Wei Wuxian scooped him up and tucked him under his arm. Who cares about the broad and bustling highway? He humphed. I prefer to follow the single plank bridge into the darkness. Into the darkness? When he sang out the words darkness, he suddenly noticed that it wasn't dark at all. The black summit he always returned to was vastly different tonight. The area around the few little huts had been swept clean, even the weeds that had been pulled. Several round, vibrantly red lanterns hung in the nearby woods, dangling from branches. The lanterns were all handmade. While they were simple and crude, they emitted a warm light that illuminated the pitch-black forest. The 50-odd people that would usually have finished their meals and holed up in their run-down shacks by now, with their lights extinguished. But tonight, they were all gathered in the most spacious hut. That hut, which consisted of a rooftop held up by 8 wooden stakes, could accommodate everyone. The small structure next to it was the kitchen, so this had become the dining hall. Wei Wuxian, finding the sight strange, walked over with Wen Yuan under his arm. Why is everybody here today, not heading off to bed? It's so bright with all those lanterns. Wen Qing walked out of the kitchen, carrying a plate. The lanterns were hung for your sake, oh elder one. Let's make more tomorrow and hang them on the mountain path. It's not easy to find your way around in the dark. You'll trip and break a bone one of these days. Come now, even if I break a bone, don't we have you? Wei Wuxian said. I certainly don't want to do extra work. It's not like I get paid for it, Wen Qing shot back. If you do break a limb, don't blame me for bruising you when I said it. Aww. Wei Wuxian shuddered and swiftly crept away. As he walked into the hut, the people inside quickly made room for him. There were 3 tables, each laden with 7 or 8 steaming hot plates of freshly cooked food. What, you guys haven't eaten yet? Wei Wuxian asked. Nah, we're waiting for you, Wenqing answered. Why are you waiting for me? I already ate, Wei Wuxian said. As soon as he spoke, he realized he'd made a mistake. Sure enough, Wenqing slammed a plate onto the table, and the red chili peppers sprinkled over the vegetables bounced with the impact. No wonder you didn't buy anything. You spent everything at a restaurant, didn't you? Wenqing raged. I've only got so much money, and I gave it all to you. Look at how carefree you are with your spending. No, I didn't, Wei Wuxian tried explaining himself. Just then, Granny Wen shakily hobbled out of the kitchen, leaning on her cane and clutching a plate in her free hand. Wen Yuan wriggled and squirmed out from under Wei Wuxian's arms, then ran over. Granny! Wenqing turned around to help her, complaining all the while. I told you not to worry about helping bring the plates out. Just sit. You don't have to help. It's smoky in there. Your legs are bad and your hands aren't steady. If you drop a plate, we won't have many left. It's not easy transporting all those wares up the mountain. The other cultivators busied themselves with setting out chopsticks and pouring tea, saving the head seat for Wei Wuxian. Seeing them like this made him feel uncomfortable about accepting the gesture. And don't worry, guys. I don't have to leave at 7 today. We're all good. I'm going to finish this chapter. We only have a couple pages left. But I appreciate you guys keeping an eye on the time for me. Over the past few months, he had been fully aware that the Wens were somewhat afraid of him. These people had heard of his vicious name and his insane deeds during the Sunshot campaign. They had heard the widespread rumors of the savage, evil ways he took his anger out on people. With their own eyes, they had seen him order corpses to murder the living. In the beginning, old Granny Wen's legs would shudder nonstop whenever she saw him, and Wen Yuan would hide behind her. It was many days before he dared to slowly approach him. But now, those same 50 pairs of eyes were watching him. Although there was still some fear in their gazes, it was the sort of fear attached to respect and reverence. Their eyes also carried a trace of cautiousness and some intent to ingratiate themselves. However, it was by and large the same gratitude and goodwill that shone in the eyes of the Wen siblings. Thank you for everything you've done, all this time, Wenqing said quietly. You are suddenly being nice to me. I'm kinda scared, Wei Wuxian said. Wenqing's knuckles seemed to briefly crack, and Wei Wuxian immediately shut up. However, she continued her quiet speech. They've always wanted to have a meal with you, and to thank you, but you're always busy running around or locking yourself up in the demon-quelling cave for days and telling everyone you're not to be disturbed. They were afraid they would distract you from your work or bother you. They thought you didn't like to mingle with people and that you didn't want to talk to them, so they didn't want to pester you with any attempts at conversation. When Anning woke up today, Sishu said we had to make you sit down for a feast, no matter what. So just sit down. Even if you stuffed yourself bursting earlier today, it's fine even if you don't eat. Just sit and chat, have a drink, and that'll be enough. This is so sweet. Wei Wuxian was struck silent, then his eyes lit up. Drink? There's booze up here? The elder Wens had been watching him nervously, but as soon as they heard him say that, one immediately responded, Yeah, there's a drink. He passed Wei Wuxian several tightly sealed jugs that had been sitting on the table. It's fruit wine, made from wild fruits picked on the mountain. It's got some real body to it. Sishu also loves to drink, Wen Ning said from where he was crouched by the table. He knows how to make wine and made those specially for tonight's dinner. He tried for many days. Because he now spoke so slowly, one word at a time, he did not stutter. Sishu gave an abashed smile but continued to nervously stare at Wei Wuxian. Is that so? Wei Wuxian said. Then I gotta give it a try. He sat down at the table and Sishu immediately opened a sealed jug and passed it to him with both hands. Wei Wuxian sniffed it and smiled. It does have a pretty nice body. The others sat down along with him. After hearing his praise, smiles split on their faces as if they'd been greatly commended, and they dug in with their chopsticks. For the very first time, Wei Wuxian paid no attention to the wine's flavor. He thought to himself, follow the path into the darkness, huh? It wasn't all that dark. Suddenly, he felt refreshed and alive. 50 people were crammed around the 3 tables, their chopsticks darting here and there. Wen Yuan sat on his grandmother's lap and showed off his new treasures, sparring with the little wooden saber and the little wooden sword for her to see. The old woman was smiling so hard her toothless gums could be seen. Wei Wuxian and Sishu were locked in heated conversation, sharing their experience with various wines. In the end, they unanimously agreed that the famous Gusu Brew Emperor's Smile was the uncontested best of all. Wenqing circled around, pouring fruit wine for the family elders and their subordinates. After only 2 rounds, the jugs were emptied. How's it gone already? I haven't even drunk that much, Wei Wuxian protested. There are a few more jugs, Wenqing said, but save those and drink them slowly. Don't drink any more today. Well, that's not gonna happen, Wei Wuxian said. As the saying goes, better a good cup of wine today than posthumous fame tomorrow. Don't say any more. Fill her up, thanks. Today was special, so Wenqing filled his cup. There is no next time. I really think you need to lay off the liquor in general. You drink way too much. This isn't the cloud recesses. There will be no abstaining from booze, Wei Wuxian exclaimed. At the mention of the cloud recesses, Wenqing cast a glance at Wei Wuxian. I forgot to ask, she began, apparently casual. You've never brought anyone to the burial mounds before. What happened today? You mean Lan Zhan? Wei Wuxian asked. I ran into him on the street. Ran into him? Ran into him how? Was it a chance encounter? Wenqing asked. Yeah. What a coincidence, Wenqing commented. I recall the two of you also met by chance in Yunmeng. Nothing strange about it, Wei Wuxian said. Cultivators from other clans frequently roam Yunmeng and Yiling. I heard you calling him by his birth name. Pretty bold, aren't you? Wenqing said. Didn't he call me by my birth name too? Wei Wuxian said. It's nothing. A habit from when we were young. Neither of us care about that sort of thing. Oh? Don't you two have a bad relationship? Incompatible as fire and water, everyone says. Always fighting on sight. That's just idle gossip, Wei Wuxian said. It's true we didn't have a great relationship in the past, and we did get into a few fights during the Sunshot campaign, when our tempers ran hot. But these days, it's not as bad as the rumors would have you think. We're on okay terms, I guess. Wenqing gave no further comment. The group quickly polished off the dishes. Someone tapped on their bowl and called out, Hey, Anning, go make a few more dishes, won't you? Make lots, get a big tub to put it all in. Where are you gonna get a tub? The ones we have are for face washing. Wen Ning didn't need to eat, so he had begun guarding the hut. He belatedly heeded the call. Oh, okay. Wei Wuxian, seeing a chance to show off his skills, quickly cut in. Stop. Let me cook. Let me. Wenqing was dubious. You know how to cook? Wei Wuxian arched his brows. But of course, I can both host the halls and work the kitchens. Watch me. Just you wait. The group clapped in anticipation. When Wei Wuxian returned and served up 2 dishes with a sinister look on his face, Wenqing gave him a warning after taking only a single glance at him. You better stay the hell away from the kitchen in the future. Come on, try a bite. You can't judge by how it looks, Wei Wuxian defended himself. Try a bite and you'll know it's good. That is the flavor. Try a bite my ass, Wenqing rebuked. Aiwan just ate some, and he's a crying mess. What a waste of food. Everyone, don't pick up your chopsticks. He doesn't deserve the honor. And that is the end of that chapter, or the part of that chapter. Wow, that was so special for them to share that moment. It's like we got to see the payoff of Wei Wuxian saving all these people, and they finally got to thank him. It was so beautiful. Yeah. And I like that even though him and Lan Wangji always end on bad terms, even here he's like, we don't have a bad relationship. I think we're on okay terms. Ugh. Yes, he doesn't know how to moderate spice. Thank you, Dude It's Vero, for thanking me. I don't remember exactly what happens next. I know I can remember a certain thing, but I keep getting one part mixed up with another part, I think. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me see. What's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow I have hockey. Let's see what time. I'm glad you had fun, Esper Lady. I did too. Oh man, tomorrow my hockey is pretty early, so I don't know if I will be able to stream tomorrow. Let me see, maybe Thursday. Oh, I won't be able to Wednesday either. If I by 6:15 minus. Yeah, I don't think I'd be able to stream tomorrow. What game are you gonna stream next? Yeah, I don't know. The Wizard of Moss says, just so everyone knows, about 150 words of bald, pregnant, Feng Xiao, and Sui Wuchu exists in the world now. Kate says, I think you should play Dispatch. Is that the one where you said you saw the guy's, you know what? I've heard lots of things about that, though. You can choose to censor it. That's funny. That's funny. Kate says, but obviously I didn't. Ooh, Luigi's Haunted Mansion or Silent Hill F. Ooh. Keeping up with the scary games. Oh, I'm so scared to read more. But also, I know it will be good. I know it will be good. I could stream tomorrow if we started the stream at like 4, though. I'll have to see. Halloween will never die all year long. Yeah. Alright then. I guess I will definitely... Oh, Meridi says I like the early streams. Okay, okay. So we could do 4 tomorrow. I will be able to join a stream at 4. Okay, well, let's read some more tomorrow at 4. Let's do it. Alright, yeah, let's do it. I'll stream tomorrow at 4. That'd be great. I like streaming before I play hockey. Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow then. Thank you guys for coming to hang out. Thank you for all of the kind messages and all the commentary along with the reading. I love being able to see everybody's thoughts. Awesome. Yeah, have a good night, you guys. Be sure to remember to like the stream and subscribe if you haven't. Like the stream, not the scream. Or you could like this scream. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream, and then you're gonna like it. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. Ah!